Justin Tucker ready to go here. This is going to be a ton of fun. Ravens and Bucks. Here we go from Tampa. Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First play, first pass for Brady. He completes it to Julio Jones. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Julio Jones, 65 yards.
It'll be a good game, man. Don't quit, bro.
Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Don't be a bitch like the rest.
First play from scrimmage all the way into the end zone. And look, the pass was good, but that run after the catch, that's what was really impressive.
And I think the big question I have is, where were the safeties? Where was the tackling? Because going into this game, they had to know that they were going to be tested. That was a part of the defense that had to stand up. And on that play, not even close.
From his end zone, here comes Justice Hill. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his throw here's incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Yo,
the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucks are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
That one caught out wide by Julio. And some room to roam now. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. From the gun, it's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive, because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep...
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks
took it
in
down,
the league.
dog.
Now
All right, G.
developing some major mental toughness.
Play the game smart,
I expect
dog.
him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Fournette, a first down carry, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Brady. There's Evans again, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So he jumped as a safety. You might know a thing or two about that from your playing days.
Well, I remember creeping up near the line of scrimmage on certain blitzes or certain coverages. Never jumped off sides, though.
Not once?
Not once. I wish I had a few times. It would have stopped some of those plays I got toasted up on.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Buccaneers take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And some down the numbers. There he goes. Past the 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the first quarter. That was an important response for them to score, already down 21.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Jones has it. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Brady. Look at Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Brady.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. 3 yards remain for second down. Brady going to throw. Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Watch 18. 18's the mic. Hey, check it. Pick up the ball. Mike 18. Mike 18. Hey, check it.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
What we got? Let's go,
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he'll get this up only to about the 22. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
112 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Jackson on first down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. James Prochet as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
On play action, now Brady.
Firing, and Julio Jones has it on his slant.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The final shot before half for Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson
targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. This is White on the screen. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Rashad White from 21 yards away. And the Buccaneers take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, and he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Jackson on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. The 40. 20. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Switch gears, switch gears. Hey, alert three.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
He was brought down by Davis. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Stop, D. Big stop, let's go. Check three, check three. Middle.
Another run here with Dobbins. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Alert three. Hey, check Mike 45, check Mike 45. Report.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second-half blowout material.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady.
Going across the formation, there's Otten with it.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Cade Otten.
From 10 yards out.
And the Bucs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point try now for Succop. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
From the gun, Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 70 yards.
And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
They'll look to throw. That's caught, and he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93%.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Ravens.
Jackson. He's got a man, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up.
And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Buccaneers are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's the veteran Justin Houston who got in there to make the stop.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Brady. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, Brady. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he wisely will throw that one away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having
in trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone, loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety.